with his left oblique strain. We'll see about that. And if you're scoring at home, Carl Edwards has been optioned to AAA Iowa. He had a rough outing the other day. And Rowan Wick has been called up by the Chicago Cubs. Don't know a lot about him, but we'll see. As Lou says, the Giants are still competitive, right? That's right. Giants are still competitive. Paxton from Baumgartner. Interesting that Lou would say that. Okay? Interesting. Michael at Junior Kitchen Table asked a question. I wonder if it's better for good contact guys to leave course. Well, we'll see. Okay? There you go. The real Double A is retired, he just said. That's what happens when you get engaged. You got to give up shit, man. That's for sure. Okay, let's get back to the nitty and the gritty. One thing that we haven't done in a while is go over some of the box scores. So let's do that. The Cardinals and the Pirates went at it yesterday with the Cardinals winning the game, and Carlos Martinez picks up another save. So how about that one? The good stuff was Paul Goldschmidt, fifth career grand slam in the top of the 10th inning. And Goldschmidt has struggled, batting .248 on the season. You had Tyler O'Neill batting fourth. He's hitting at .287.
Go, Tyler O'Neill.
You had Edmund batting first. He's up to .270. Colton Wong is in the game. Nothing that jumps off the page except Matt Wieters. Goldschmidt's hit his home run number 19. But Matt Wieters.
Hi, I like to be on air.
You're on air. Get off.
I like to be on air.
She's on laughing. You're full of air. Get out of here.
I want to be on too.
All right, get out of here. All right, Matt Wieters hit his 8th home run for the Cardinals and his 4th home run this month.
You love Matt Wieters.
I do. I have Matt Wieters in 2 National Leagues. And I also have Travis d'Arnaud. Yeah, was that a bad pick? Heck no.
No, it wasn't.
Good pick I made with Travis d'Arnaud. And I have him in National League only because I drafted him as a Met and I kept him. Starling Marte had 3 hits for Pittsburgh. Bell, Colin Moran, Brian Reynolds all drove in runs. The Pirates left 11 runners on base. They are 2-8, and they're going to sell. The Pirates are going to be sellers. They are 2-8. St. Louis rookie Daniel Ponce de Leon, he was roughed up a little bit by the Pirates last week, getting tagged for 8 runs, 4 runs in less than 4 innings of work, but he wasn't any sharper last night. He really labored through 3 innings. He battled his command. He allowed 3 hits, 4 walks. So don't put a lot of hope on a rookie is a rookie is a rookie. Matt Carpenter had a right foot contusion. He's scheduled to begin a rehab assignment in AAA. And Jed Jerko, who's got he's doing some baseball stuff. Now, for those of you who thought that Keon Keela was going to be, I think it's going to be Kyle Crick if Velasquez gets traded. But the Pirates activated Keon Keela from the injured list and then suspended him for 2 games for an unspecified violation of his contract. He went on the injured list in May, so it's going to be kind of tough, and we'll see what happens there. Yep, unspecified, okay? Yep, we'll see what happens, okay? So that takes care of that. Staying with the National League, the Reds and the Brewers went at it. Saladino hits a home run. Holy mackerel. But the Reds beat the Pirates. I still think the Reds have something left. As Sonny Gray pitches a really interesting ball game. Eugenio Suarez hit 2 home runs.
Yay.
2 home runs. A go-ahead shot. I thought Jeremy Jeffress was going to be in the mix for a lot of saves this year. It turned out he had a go-ahead shot in the 9th inning off of Jeffress. Cincinnati 6-5 win over the Brewers. Josh Hader was unavailable after working in each of Milwaukee's last 2 contests, if you're wondering what's happened there. Sonny Gray, 6 innings, allowed just a run on 4 hits. He allowed 2 or fewer runs while striking out at least 6 innings in each one of his last 5 starts. I'll say that again. In each one of his last 5 starts, Sonny Gray has allowed 2 or fewer runs while working at least 6 innings. Chase Anderson struck out 6 over 5 2/3. Okay? Sonny Gray, absolutely a pitcher that you want to get your hands on. Absolutely. Now, Keston Hiura, he was scratched from the starting lineup before the game, a sore quad, but he appeared as a pinch hitter. Okay? As far as the batting orders are concerned, in the lineups, let's take a look. Nick Senzel, still batting first. He's hitting .276. He went 2 for 4. Joey Votto was heating up. He's cooled off. He's up to .260. Yasiel Puig batting fourth. Peraza batting fifth. Philip Irwin is batting .347. If you want to speculate on a player, Jesse Winker has been a big disappointment. I don't think he's going to turn things around. Philip Irwin is the guy to speculate on Cincinnati. As far as Milwaukee is concerned, nothing special to report, but Aguilar starting to heat it up. Batting fifth in that lineup, he's 2 for 4. Okay? So you may want to concentrate a little bit on Aguilar, if you can. Terrific turnout in the chat room this morning. Got to thank you guys so very much for all your support. There's Zelmo. As Zelmo in the chat room, good morning. We may be heading down to Joliet. You'll hear from Andrea momentarily, okay? So we'll see, okay? And don't forget, Arnie coming up next. And we'll give you the whole schedule in just a few minutes, okay? There you go. All right, give you the whole schedule in just a bit. All right, as we really don't have a schedule anymore, but we do. All right, moving right along. You got the Giants and the Cubs. By the way, the Rockies and the Nationals were postponed yesterday. The Giants and the Cubs played in San Francisco, and Pomerantz, who spent some time in the bullpen, I wondered if he was coming back. Joe Panic, a go-ahead double with 2 outs in a 3-run eighth inning. Austin Slater has been hitting very well. He's up to .255. He was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored, and hitting 7th in that lineup. So keep an eye on Slater. Robel Garcia and Kyle Schwarber each hit a solo home run for the Cubs, who could not hold a 4-2 lead in the 8th inning. So it's really about not just getting closers, every team looking for that setup guy. Could you get me some more? No, I have nothing. And you drank that.
You have coffee?
I have coffee. I took a swig of. I don't have the coffee.
Right here.
I took a swig of Diet Dr. Pepper. What was in it, by the way?
It's no sugar vodka.
No sugar vodka. Holy shit. Anthony Rizzo got an RBI double for an insurance run in the 8th. But I'll tell you what, the Giants, with Garcia hitting a home run into McCovey Cove, which is right behind right field, I'll tell you something. Pomerantz, 2 perfect innings, 4 strikeouts in relief. He came in relief, and what happens? And he gets the win. I think he got the win, right? No, he didn't get the win. The win was Trevor Gott.
Got the win?
Got the win. Got it. Sean Anderson, the Giants' top pitching prospect, made his 13th career start. He struck out 5. He walked 2 over 5 innings. He allowed 3 runs and 3 hits. The Cubs have lost 9 of 13 in San Francisco, and they're trying to get their first winning road series since taking 3 in Washington in the middle of May. Okay? So the Cubs are going to be very active. They're going to be very active. Now, Cole Hamels is scheduled to make his first rehab start on Tuesday down in AAA Iowa. Michael at your new kitchen table may be going to that game. Wilson Contreras will be activated and available Wednesday. Okay? You want to monitor that. Evan Longoria took ground balls at third for the first time. He's got the plantar fasciitis in his left foot. He's also doing one-arm drills and all that stuff. And Alex Dickerson had some back tightness. So I'm going to tell you, this it's really pretty cool. Okay, pretty cool. Now in the Diamondbacks against the Orioles, Arizona won that game 6-3. Robbie Ray pitched a pretty good ball game, struck out double figures. Adam Jones playing against his former team. How about that one? Spent a lot of, and he didn't want to leave Baltimore. The Diamondbacks have won two more games against the struggling Orioles. Okay? They play two more games against the Orioles. Then they go to four against Miami, which is 36-62. And if they don't make up ground here, they're done. And that'll be it. And they're looking to trade Zach Greinke. Trey Mancini. That's right. Trey Mancini could also go for Baltimore. Mancini 0 for 4. His batting average now is down to 286, and he's batting third in the lineup. We'll see if they can do that. Eduardo Escobar, 2 triples. Robbie Ray struck out 10. He allowed 3 runs, 8 hits. Got only his 4th win in 4 starts. Okay? All 4 of his 10 strikeout games, believe it or not, have come against American League teams. The Diamondbacks are 5-5 since the All-Star break. They ended the day 2 games out of the second wild card spot in the National League. So we'll see how that works out. The other Blake Stewart is soon to continue his rehab start. So you want to monitor that. David Peralta working his way back from a shoulder injury in the rookie level Arizona League, so he's working on it over there. Now, keep in mind, Baltimore could be a big trading team. They could trade Dylan Bundy. They could trade Mancini. They could trade just about anybody that they get. Jonathan Villar, they get a decent offer on, and Arizona's going to have to commit. It'll be done the end of this week, for sure. Okay? Let's go to the American League and see what's going on there. Oh, by the way, the Marlins and the White Sox. White Sox destroyed the Marlins. And Ivan Nova is 5-0 against the Marlins. If you ever have a DFS game to play with Nova going against the Marlins, which will not happen too often, but just etch that in your kitchen table. Jose Abreu, 2-run homer. Yohan Moncada hit a 3-run shot. James McCann and Ryan Goings, back-to-back home runs. Chicago opened a 10-game homestand by winning for the 3rd time in its last 11 games, and the Marlins are 0-4, which doesn't mean a darn thing. But Nova 5-0 against the Marlins. So looking pretty good. Jorge Alfaro homered in the 2nd inning. He got the Marlins' only run. Trevor Richards, who I've been riding Trevor Richards, but last night 7 earned runs in 5 innings. Not good. 7th consecutive loss. He walked 1, struck out 7. Time to get off the Trevor Richards bandwagon. That's for sure. Tim Anderson ran the bases on Monday. He had that high ankle sprain. He could be ready for a rehab assignment in a couple of days. Eloy began throwing, but he does not have a timetable for his return.
5 weeks.
Andrew said 5 weeks. All right? So we'll see what happens there. Cleveland and Toronto, Mike Clevenger, another good game by Clevenger. He won his 3rd straight, and he dodged a scare. First batter of the game, but he did pitch 7 innings, 3rd straight win. Oscar Mercado homered and tripled. Did you get Mercado?
Yes, sir. How many strikeouts?
Lindor drove in a pair of runs. Kipnis had 2 hits and scored twice for Cleveland. They are 29-11. That's the best record of any team in the major leagues since June the 4th. Clevenger, 3 runs, 5 hits. Matched his longest outing of the year. He walked 2, struck out 7. Clevenger now, and I'll give Andy credit. She jumped on Clevenger right away, preseason. 3-0 with a 180.